Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss about the basic things of Python programming language. Python is easy to learn, highly readable, and we can say simple to use. In 1991, Guido van Rossum developed this Python programming language. And there are different types of softwares where you can run this Python programming language. So we will start with the very basic thing. First of all, you have to download this software, which is called IDLE Shell 3.9. I have this basic latest version of Python programming language. So there are different softwares like Thorny and Jupyter, Anaconda. So you can use any software to execute Python programming language. And this is free of cost. You can easily download from internet. Before we will start with the Python programming language, I would like to tell you first thing. If you can see these three greater than symbol, or we can call it as a prompt. So if you will write anything here, that any command, you will get the answer instantly. So this part is called interactive mode. Interactive mode means a command line or a shell where you will get your answer immediately as soon as you will write something. So suppose if I will write here 2 plus 2, instant, as you can see, I got this answer. So, but I cannot save these things because this is called a command line shell, or you can say interactive mode. So if you want to save your coding, for that you require script mode. For that, you have to click on file and then you can click on new. You will get one file here which you can save, and whenever you require, you can reuse it. So first of all, I would like to use this prompt interactive mode, and then we will start with the script modes. So in interactive mode, if I want to display something, I want to display some message. So for that, I have to use print function. So print, and if I will write here hello in double inverted comma. So when I will press enter, hello will display as it is. So print is a function which is used to display some value which you will write inside the double inverted comma. So there are different methods which you can use here. Like if I will write here print 2 plus 2, then also I will get the same answer. So this is the plus point of interactive mode. You don't have to write print. If you will not use print, then also you will get the same output. Now, same thing we can do with, if I will write here print 2 minus 1. So say this is for subtraction. So there are different types of functions or different types of calculation can be done. So all these are operators: plus, minus, divide, multiply, exponent. Let me show you all the operators here, but only there is one drawback. All the commands which you will write here in the interactive mode, you will not be able to save. So let's start with the script mode part. This is my file where I am going to write all my codes, and I will save also, so that later on, whenever I require, I can reopen this file and I can make the changes, or I can copy or whatever according to my requirement. Now, first of all, I would like to explain you about the variable. What is variable? Why we use variable? What is the use of it? If I am saying a equal to 10, it means the value of a is 10. A is my variable. Variable, what is variable? Variable is a place where you can store any value. So it means right now in A, I have one value that is 10. One variable can hold only single value at a time. and value always travel from right to left. Right to left means 10 can store in A. A cannot store in 10. So if I will write like this, 10 equal to A, this is wrong. So I cannot write like this. This is wrong statement. So always you have to write the variable on the left hand side and value on the right hand side. And using this equal operator, this is called assignment operator. Assignment operator is used to assign value in a variable. A is my variable, which is going to store some value, that is 10, with the help of this equal sign. So equal will help you to assign value in a variable, so that later on, whenever you want to use the value of 10, you will always use variable A. Let me show you one thing here. I'm going to write here print A. Let me save this file also so that I can reuse this file. So this is the plus point of script file. So this is my first program. So I'm going to write here first. Let it be only first and save. Now, to execute this file, you have to, after saving this file, you have to press F5 from the keyboard, or the second option is you can select this run option and click on run module. Again, you will find F5 option is also here. So the shortcut key is F5. Always use shortcut keys to increase your speed. So I am going to press F5 and now it's showing here 10 and it's showing here the complete path. मैंने अपनी फाइल को कहाँ सेव करा हुआ है. So my file name is first and this is the complete part, if you can see. And I've just now, I have executed this file first.py. What is .py? .py is the extension of Python programming language. Whenever you will save your file, by default, you will get .py extension of any Python programming language. And when I'm going to execute this, it's showing 10. What is 10? Let me show you my file here. If you can see both the things. Yeah. So it's showing A equal to 10. And when I will say print A, so A means it will display the value of A. Now in next line, I want to display A along with my value. So for that, I will write A in double inverted comma, because I want to display A as it is along with the value of A. So I will write like this. In this part, this A will display as it is because it is in double inverted comma. But if you want to display value of A, then you will write A without any inverted comma. Let me execute this code and you will get answer here. See. Earlier it was showing here 10, because why it's showing 10 here? Because I wrote only A, print A. So it's showing here the value of A. In second line, I have written print A in double inverted comma. So that's why A is displaying as it is. And if you want to display the value of A, then you will write A without any inverted comma. Now I wrote two things together in one line. And if you want to separate these two things, you have to use this comma, as I have written here, this comma. So this is how you can display any message along with the value. Now this is a value which I have initialized my own. I have decided the value of A is 10. But later on, I want to make changes in my value of A. I want every time whenever I will execute this code, the value of A should be different. For that, I have to take value from user. To take value from user, this hash is called comment. Comment means this line will not execute. This is only to just pass a message or convey a message so that you can execute your code. So this I am writing here only for to understand what exactly I'm going to do in my next statement. But this code will not give any error because I have put this hash before the sentence. So if you don't want to execute any line, in that case, you will put this hash sign. So that will work as a comment. So I can write here that comment. Now, I want to ask user to enter value of A. So I will write here A equal to input, enter any number. And then the same number I want to display also. So let me make comment this above code so that this will not execute now. This is again the second method. This, if you will use 3 single inverted comma before the code and this after all the codes, this is called multi-line comment. This is called multi-line comment. If there are more than one line and you don't want to use hash, hash, hash 3 times, in that case, you can put this 3 inverted comma on the first before all the codings and 3 inverted comma you will close after all the codes where you want to stop. So this is called multi-line comment. Again, this will also not execute because I made this as a comment. Now, only these 2 lines will execute because rest all my lines have become comment. So I can execute only these 2 lines. Let me press F5. Now, I will get this message, enter any number, means I have to enter something. So I will enter here 20 and it's showing here 20. Why it's showing 20 here? If you can see here, A equal to input. Input means I'm asking user to enter something. I'm asking you, and this is a message for user. This is a message for user that user, you have to enter some number. So this is a message. If you want to enter something else, suppose you want to enter some name. So you will write here, enter your name. So again, I will press F5 and now I am going to write some name like I am writing Ajay and it's showing Ajay because Ajay stored in this A variable. And after that, I'm displaying the same value which user has entered. So Ajay I stored in A and the same value I'm displaying here. Now, this is how you can take value from user. Now, I am going to add 2 numbers. After taking 2 numbers from user, I will add 2 numbers. Now, this is add 2 numbers. Now, here I am going to do something. First of all, I will ask user to enter first number. B equal to input, enter second number. Now print A plus B. Let me make comment the above lines also. So I will remove 3 single inverted comma from top and I will put it over here. So here, I will ask user to enter first number which will store in A. Then I will ask user to enter second number which will store in B. Using print statement, I will add these 2 numbers and I will display simultaneously in the same line. Now, remember one thing, I have not written anything else. Now this time you will find, let me execute and then I will explain you. Press F5 And now I am asking user to enter number. So I have entered 5 and then my second number is also 5 and see my output is coming 55. But answer should be 10. Why it's coming like this? Because I have not used here int. If I will use int, int means integer. Integer means numbers. Means here user will enter, if you are not writing int, means user will enter number, but computer will take that number as a string. Computer will not be able to convert that number into number. Means you will be thinking, it's I have written number, why it should convert it into number? Because computer will not understand whether this is number. Computer takes only a string or a character. So computer will assume, suppose in maths, if you want to add a plus b, so you will do it a plus b or ab, or you want to multiply something. So in maths, you cannot multiply a multiply b. If you want to write a multiply b, you will write a and b, right? You cannot multiply a and b because these are two variables. These are two letters. Same way, if I'm talking about only input, in that case, whatever user will enter, that will known as a variable, as a string. We cannot add those two numbers because computer को नहीं पता ये number है. Computer is taking as a string. So for that, if you want to convert this thing into number, it is compulsory to write int here. Int, the full form of int is integer, which is going to convert the value into number, and then it will add those two numbers. So now again, I will enter the same value, but you will get the different output. Let me execute this code again. And now I will enter again 5. Again 5 and 5. And now you will get answer 10. Because now computer converted these 5 into numbers. And if you will add two numbers, you will get this output. I hope this is clear. Now the same thing we can do with subtraction also. So I have already asked user to enter two numbers, A and B. So now I will ask user to do some subtraction, and then same thing can be done with all these are operators. A multiply B, and then print A divide by B, and one more thing, A, print A. This is called floor division or integer division. Let me execute this and then I will explain you simultaneously. And two more operators are here. Let me write print A exponent B. This is called exponent. Let me write here simultaneously. This is for exponent, and this here, this is called floor quotient, or you can say floor division also. And next one is, and the last one is division. I have done plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And one more is there, that is called modulus. So I'm writing here A modulus B. So this is to find out the remainder. So I will explain you one by one. Let me finish with this code. So now let me execute this code. All these are different types of operators: plus, minus, multiply, divide, floor division, exponent, and modulus. So let me execute. Press F5 and I will ask user to enter number. So let me take here 5 and 2. So I got these answers. Let me explain you one by one. If you can see my both the screens, my coding and my output screen. So here I'm saying I've taken two values. The first value is my 5, which I've stored in variable A. Second value is my 2, which I've stored in B. If I will add A plus B means 5 plus 2, my answer will be 7 here. Same way, if I will say A minus B means 5 minus 2, my answer will be 3. If I will multiply value of A and B, so I will get answer 10. 5 into 2, 10. Now here, I am going to divide. If I will divide 5 by 2, so I will get the quotient 2.5. Both a simple division and floor division is used to display the quotient value. So whenever you will divide A by B, you will get the quotient value, as you can see here, 2.5 and 2. But if you will use this division, in that case, you will get answer always in decimal. Whereas if we are talking about the floor division, where I'm using double slash, in this case, you will not get answer in decimal. Whether your answer is 2.5, 2.4 or 2.8, anything, you will get answer only 2. It will remove all the decimal values. But if we are talking about this division, in this case, it is 100% compulsory that you will get answer in decimal. If your answer is 3.0, then also you will get answer in decimal 3.0. If there is no decimal value after decimal, if you don't have any value, in that case also you will get something 3.0. अगर 3 के point के बाद कोई number नहीं है 5, 6, then also you will get 3.0. Here you will not get any value after decimal, whether you have some value or you don't have. And now this is called exponent. Exponent means value of A was 5. So 5 exponent 2 means 5 की power. Power of 5 is 5 into 5 is 25. Now this is to find the remainder. If I'm going to divide 5 by 2, so in that case my remainder will be 1. So if I will divide A by B, so my remainder will be 1. So this is how I can get this output. So if you want to learn the order, in which order, what is the order of operations, or which order, which is the, we can say ki, in maths, which is the highest thing which we can use. So it is very easy to understand or to remember the order of operation that can be done with the help of PEDMAS. If you will remember this thing, please P for parenthesis brackets. Excuse my dear aunt. So if you will remember PEDMAS, you will be able to understand the order of these operations. E is for exponent. This one I'm talking about, this exponent. M is for modulus. I'm talking about this. D is for division. It can be any one, division. A is for addition. Sorry, this M is for multiplication. And then D is for division. A is for addition. And S is for subtraction. So this is how you can see the order of your operations. All these are different types of operators, and these are your outputs. So that's all for today. And in the next session, I'm going to explain you some more functions with some more activities or some more codings we will do. So till then, keep practicing and take care of yourself.